Early on in the pandemic, I was chatting to a woman who ran a food bank, and she said that one of the first things she noticed during lockdown was how she lost most of her volunteers. And that's because most of her volunteers were older people. Yet at the time, older people were being described en masse as vulnerable. And yet the reality is very different. Older people are our volunteers, our carers in employment, active in our communities. And it is wrong to describe a whole part of the population just as vulnerable. What the pandemic has shown us, after all, is that we all have vulnerabilities. But this language by which older people are described goes much further. I'm sure you'll have all heard the comments about bed blockers, the burden of an ageing population, people being past their sell-by date. These are stereotypes, they are ageist stereotypes, and they are damaging. They are damaging to the way we view ourselves as we get older. They can become self-limiting. But they also have an effect on the way in which policy is made, on the way in which resources are allocated and support is provided. If we are truly to have a strengths-based approach in social care, and indeed more widely, we must challenge these ageist assumptions that are, by their nature, limiting. And of course, as we get older, if we're surrounded by media comment or in day-to-day conversation, which is all about our dependency, the burden that we are, or indeed saying that we need anti-aging products, then it's not surprising that we start to feel that we are limited in what we can do. We start to feel maybe not as worthwhile as we did, maybe not as valued. So we need to challenge ageism. And we need also to think about the way in which we make sure that the places in which we grow older also don't limit us. If we're afraid to get out and about, if we feel we're not included in our local community, that can lead to increased isolation. So we need also to make sure that our places are age-friendly. In other words, places where we can get out and about and do the things that matter to us, where we feel valued and included and listened to. Now, as Older People's Commissioner for Wales, two of my priorities are to end ageism and age discrimination and to enable everyone to age well, particularly through the development of age-friendly communities in Wales. And I believe these two things are prerequisites really for effective and successful strengths-based approaches in social care. We need to banish ageism that can be so limiting on ourselves as individuals and damaging across society. And we need to make sure that the places we grow old in enable us to use our strengths and of course enable other people to provide support and care as they go about their lives as well. The work that is done by everyone in social care is so vital to our well-being, to our future as a society, to an effective way in which we can care and support for each other and enjoy our older age. So as Commissioner, my contribution to that is particularly by doing all I can to end ageism and age discrimination and to encourage the development of age-friendly communities across Wales. And I'd be delighted if any of you want to find out more about the work me and my team are doing and to take part in that. So I wish you a really successful series of events and a successful conference, and thank you so much for the opportunity to contribute through this video. Diolch yn fawr, thank you.